All right. Hey everybody, my name is Brian Nichols. Let's talk about this. I'm going to be super emotional for this reaction video. I already can tell. I am fired up. Let's talk about this UFC fight night, Edwards versus Muhammad. Right? Let's just fucking dive in. Let's talk about this. Leon Edwards, Belal Muhammad, our main event. Leon Edwards supposed to fight Chimaev. Um, that falls through. Belal fills in 2 weeks notice, something like that. Huge step up for Belal Muhammad. Um, Fighting somebody up in what was Belal ranked 13, 12, fighting Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards supposedly gets a title shot if he beats Belal, and then this bullshit goes down, dude. I complained about this a lot during the reaction video last week with Jan and Sterling. I'm about to go off. Um, Last week we talked about the rules being the problem, right? Don't get me wrong, that's the fucking problem still. And in Jan versus Sterling, the rules were, oh, the problem with the rules are it's all of these commissions aren't using the same rules. So these fighters in fucking title fights, and here we go. It's not a title fight, but it's a 5 fucking rounder main event. And again, the fighter does something in the rules that you're not supposed to do. Jan and Sterling, okay. Jan does a illegal knee to a grounded opponent, disqualification, right? Here we are with Leon Edwards using a technique that's illegal, right? You shouldn't be stabbing, you shouldn't be poking somebody in the eye. If I remember correctly, in the new rules, if you extend your fingers out and you hit the fighters in the eye, it can be a point taken, right? Where the fuck was the point taken? Number one. Okay. I'm just so emotional and fed up with this bullshit that not only Belal Muhammad had to deal with today, but also Darren Stewart. We're gonna get to that as well. But we had so many failures throughout this card, even though it is such a good card, these overshadowing issues need to fucking stop. When I have so much PTSD. I'm not even the one in the cage, right? If I was Belal Muhammad or any of these fighters that's fighting somebody and doing the whole John Jones reaching and distance managing with your extended fingers, I'd be stopping and be like, ref, what the fuck? Like, if they're doing this, they're not supposed to be doing it. Even though supposedly Nevada hasn't picked up the new rules, and that's a whole fucking different conversation. Even though they haven't adopted the new rules, you still hear the ref saying, hey, your fingers have to be up or make a fist, right? Which I appreciate that. I don't want to fucking see people get poked in the eye, right? I don't want to see eye injuries. And so even though they don't have those rules, the refs are still enforcing them. Great. That's great. But I have PTSD where I'm half the time I'm watching these fights, obviously because I love fights, but I'm looking and if I see a fighter's fingers extended, I'm watching through my fingers. I'm just like, oh my fuck, somebody's gonna get poked, somebody's gonna get poked. And dude, I don't know why refs aren't watching for it more. It again, we're gonna talk about all the multi-layer fuck ups here. But number one, the ref. Herb Dean, any other refs that do this shit where you're not noticing the fighters right from the I noticed it, like not even the first minute of the fight, you could see Edwards checking the distance with his extended fingers. Herb said nothing. And then Edwards goes and pokes Belal in the eyes. And Herb goes, "Ho, I'm gonna warn you. Don't extend your fingers." Okay, Herb, you finally said something after, Muhammad got stabbed in the eye. He tells him, "Fingers up," right? You saw the warning. And then it happens again, dude. The moment they started the fight back up, like not even 10 seconds later, Edwards was doing it again. I'm like, what the fuck? You just told him not to. He's doing it again. You aren't saying anything. Leon Edwards doesn't give a fuck because you aren't gonna take a point. And who pays the price? Fucking Belal Muhammad. He gets this opportunity taken away from him. He possibly has a fucking injury. Michael Bisping, while yes, legend, went through eye issues, but for him just to say, oh, maybe it's just a scratch cornea. How the fuck would you know? Are you a doctor and we don't know that, Mr. Bisping? Like, I hate to go off on everybody right now, but I'm just so fucking fired up after this shit. To see people get hurt over stupid shit that we can take care of. So basically, fuck Herb Dean for not stopping this situation from occurring, right? Fuck Nevada for not picking up the new rules. Again, second week in a row. Fuck you. Number 3, fuck Leon Edwards and all these other fighters that are extending their fingers. You know it's going to happen, right? But you get to game the system. The refs aren't going to say anything. Fuck it. Why stop doing it? You know, why stop doing it? Number 4, fuck the UFC. Who's doing anything other than supposedly the rules are supposed to enforce it, but if the commissions aren't enforcing the rules, I guess the refs don't have to enforce the rules. The fighters don't have to follow the rules. And then you got the UFC. What are they doing? Sitting on their fucking fingers, spinning. You got Dana White. I'm sure anybody and everybody asked him, like, what are we going to do about the... He's going to be like, it's up to the commissions. Okay. What happened to those Pride gloves? Were they actually trying that? Do they have any kind of prototypes? Can you do anything with the gloves? I don't think the commissions are the one handing out gloves with the label UFC on them, if I remember correctly, right? That's your gloves. There's nothing you can do about just forcing it to be... Because why does anybody have to super extend their hand? Right? Maybe if you're trying to grab somebody's back or even if you think just grab their arm, your hand doesn't have to be extended that far out. I don't know. I've never been a fighter. I don't have that experience, so I don't know what times you need your hands completely extended like this. But I feel like if you couldn't force it to extend with the gloves, I don't know. I feel like there's something. Maybe it's just, oh my God, it's just a fuck up. And every time I see a fighter get poked or I see a fighter extend their fingers, I'm just bewildered now. I am fucking bewildered. I feel like I'm the only one. Obviously, I'm not the only one. But half the time, I feel like everybody's like, oh, it's unfortunate for Leon Edwards. Are you fucking kidding me? Who was that? Was that Bisping saying that? And then I wrote down a comment. Hold on. Bisping goes, oh, this just happens sometimes. Fuck off. We should not be allowing this to happen sometimes. It's just, oh, man. I don't even want to talk about Leon Edwards. Poor Belal, man. The dude had a fucking huge opportunity. Possibly get a title shot. Who the fuck knows? He went in there and KO'd Leon, had a little struggle here and there. Comes back and knocks out Leon. You're telling me he ain't going to be up there for a possible title shot? Like, and what happens? Leon just sticks his fingers out, pokes him in the eye, and, oh, no contest. So let's talk about that a little more. Why is that a no contest, not a disqualification? Same thing with the fight earlier. Why was that not a disqualification? The whole rules bullshit saying, oh, if it was intentional or not intentional. If I remember correctly, the old rules do not have intent. So if Nevada doesn't have the new rules, why are we talking about intent? Number 1. Okay, let's say it does have the new rules. It has intent, okay? Let's talk about last week's illegal knee. Was that intentional or was it not intentional? In my mind, to me, why do we judge intent at all? The only time I could really see intent is where, actually something I think that Bisping, again, or no, maybe it's DC. DC goes, oh, no, it might have been Bisping. Fuck, I forget. Whoever said it, fuck off. They go, oh, it's a bang bang. Hold on, where was it? I swear I saw it somewhere. Maybe it was the okay. So it was the fight for Anders and the dentist, right? They said it was a bang bang play. It was not a bang bang play. It was not. He was sitting down. Again, we're gonna talk about that later. But that's something people bring up. Like, okay, yes, I could see that being somewhat unintentional, right? For example, a hit to the groin. If somebody turns, like if you go to hit him, punch him in the back of the head, you punch somebody and they spin, you punch them in the back of the head, of course that's unintentional. You're going for the face and they're turning. That I understand. Maybe it's because of how fast it happens, but in this case, there was nothing fast about that. He stuck his hand out just like this. It's like, and then with Darren Stewart, motherfucker has his knee down and his hand down, if I remember correctly, without picking up those new rules. Per the commission, the old ABC rules, if you have a hand down, one hand down, you're downed. Motherfucker had his hand and his knee down, and Eryk Anders still threw a knee. How is that unintentional? If he was like falling down, or maybe he was like falling or standing back up, and then he was falling while the knee come, okay, yes, that's bang bang. He wasn't moving. He was just sitting there. How is that not a disqualification, and yet the one last week is a disqualification? We just don't have the correct systems in place to fix these fuck-ups. And I'm just so tired of it, and I'm just blaming everybody. It's the whole system. It's the whole system. I don't even know. Nobody's going to fix it until I think Luke Thomas has talked about that before, and I kind of agree. It's literally going to take a super, super bad injury, or somebody's going to have to die for some of these fucking rules to change. You know? It's just going to keep happening, UFC just going to keep making money? What the fuck? Why do we care, right? We'll make it look like we care, but are we really going to do anything? We keep making money. Start affecting their bottom line? Yeah, they'll probably do something. I feel like they're business. They're there to make money. While, yes, they are entertainment, but they're there to make money. They're there to pay that fucking $4 billion loan that they have on the company. Okay, hopefully rant over. I don't know. I'm probably going to rant again when we get down to Darren Stewart. But Jesus Christ, they better, I don't even want to say rebook the rematch. Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on. Again, how is this not the fighter couldn't continue. The ref, at least thank God the fucking ref was a little more competent this time around. Came in, was like, you can't see, and Belal's like, I can't see at all. He's like, that's it. Like, thank God we didn't go, Belal, you know what, are you sure? Like, take a minute here, sit here and writhe in pain, and then we'll make the decision, you know? I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in this fucking assessment? Am I the only person that thinks this way? Is everybody else like, it happens, it's part of the sport? Like, yeah, okay, it's kind of part of the sport, because we're fucking allowing it to happen. I don't want this to be part of the sport. I want to see the actual competition, not people being fucking poked in the eyes or getting illegally kneed. Cool, if you want that to be part of the rules, add it to the fucking rules and get all the fucking commissions to approve it, right? Or have one big commission that looks over mixed martial arts. Because we're getting nowhere with this shit. Rant over. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Leon. I hope Belal's okay. I was hoping they would take him straight to the doctors and get him checked out, but I didn't even watch the post-fight interviews with Leon, or even if they had Belal. Leon, they started talking to Leon, I just closed out of it. I couldn't deal with it. Let's move on, because it was actually a good card, except for that horse shit. Okay, co-main event, Ryan Spann defeats Misha Cirkunov by KO TKO right cross to ground and pound, 1 minute and 11 seconds into round number 1. Ryan Spann's one of those fighters where I noticed when he kind of came onto the UFC scene, I was like, okay, this guy's somebody to watch. I didn't think like, man, this guy could be championship level, but I'm starting to see him just get a little better and a little better. I still don't think he'll be like top 5, at least maybe top 10, because that's what he was kind of talking about. He's like, oh, in the post-fight interview, him and Misha, he was saying that Misha was 10 when they originally booked the fight, had issues, and then they had the fight today, and he got bumped down 11. So Mr. Spann thinks he should have a fight in at least the top 10, and I agree. Give him the next step up in competition. Guy deserves it. Misha Cirkunov, not a huge deal. Go dust it off. Let's see. The only unfortunate thing with Misha Cirkunov is lately a lot of his fights has been very wishy-washy, so win-loss. So this loss was to Ryan Spann. Before that, he defeated Jimmy Crute by Peruvian necktie. Before that, lost to Johnny Walker. Before that, beat Patrick Cummins. Now, that was 2018, 3 years ago. So it's not that he's super active either. So if Misha can get back on the bike, keep getting fights under his belt, because this, what was they saying, a year and 6 months, so a year and a half since his last fight. So if he can get back on that bike, I know they talk about, some fighters like, oh, ring rust isn't a thing. Yeah, it's rough. I don't know. But great win by Ryan Spann. Let's see, anything else that I noticed here? Yeah, not somebody that super stood out to me, but it looks like he could become something. We need to keep an eye on him. Holy shit, here we go. This is why I'm saying some of this other shit, that's terrible shit that's overshadowing this event. Let's talk about Dan Ige defeating Gavin Tucker. 22 seconds, KO TKO right cross. Dude, straight down the fucking middle. Bam! At first, I thought Gavin, because he hit him, and the way the camera angle was, we were like behind Dan, and Gavin kind of fell forward. I was thinking they headbutted at first, but then when they showed the replay, he kind of fell up, like forward and to the side. He definitely didn't get headbutted either. But Jesus Christ. Wow. Did not see that coming. What a fucking KO for Dan Ige. His nickname's 50K, if I remember correctly. That dude deserves 50K. Easy. But when that happened, I was like, oh, like, holy shit. I wonder if I should record an interesting thought about fight reactions video or like event fight react like a compilation of my reactions to some of the fights. I think that'd be interesting to do. So yeah, great win by Dan, dude. Just keeping right up there. What a beast. Gavin Tucker will be back. He was 13-1. Now he's 13-2. And then Dan Ige was 14-3. So the dudes are legit. I think they were saying on the broadcast that Gavin was saying that Dan Ige wasn't gonna be able to do anything with his striking. You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful in this game, especially when you get into this high level competition, especially in the UFC, even in some of the Bellator divisions. You got to be careful about those things. You gotta dot your I's and cross your T's when you're fighting these people, because if you just go in there just assuming they ain't gonna do shit, they might surprise you, and this is what happened here. So great win by Dan Ige. Looking forward to his next fight. Ooh, let's talk about this shit, dude. Davey Grant defeating Jonathan Martinez. Round 2, 3 minutes, 3 seconds in, KO, TKO, overhand left. Dude, that whole stance switch Davey Grant had going, like, it was working at... No, it wasn't working at first, because round 1, Martinez was throwing that... God, how the fuck am I forgetting the term? They kicked the... Damn it. You know what I'm thinking, and it's in my fucking head. It's going to come to me. They kicked the lower part of the leg. Shin? No. Fuck. Whatever that is. We know what we're talking about here. He was clipping him when he would switch stances. Like, he'd just stand there and he'd hit him with it. And calf kick. Calf kick, right? Martinez was piecing him up that first round, I feel like. Like, Grant gave him a couple licks, but Martinez was putting it on him. That second round, something lit. I don't know if it was the... I don't know if I heard the corner advice for Grant that in between the first and second round. But Grant came out, changed that game plan up a little bit, and he started piecing up Martinez and clipping him. And that whole... It was like the stance switch, right hand, and then left, overhand left. Bam, just clipped him, and that was it. Fucking great comeback, because Grant was kind of in trouble that first round, right? Because Martinez was clipping him from my notes here. And then... Yeah, and damn, what a great fight. What a nice guy that Grant guy was. I don't... They're saying he hasn't fought in a while because of injuries, if I remember correctly. And then holy fuck, dude, his foot. Woo! They better get some ice on that and get checking that shit, because that was starting to look purple and blue. I think it was the post-fight interview. They looked down at his foot. I was like, Jesus Christ. Get that man to the fucking hospital, you know? Next fight, Matthias Nichols defeats Manel Kape by 3-round split decision. I actually had Kape just getting the win towards the end of round 3 because he was trying to put on more pressure. I think like that last minute or 30 seconds, he was starting to try to pour it on. But they gave it to Nichols. I missed the actual scorecards, but it looks like it was a split decision. So it was definitely between, 2 judges gave it to Nichols and 1 judge gave it to Kape. Or Kape. Kape, I feel like, is a... Granted, every fighter is one of these types of fighters. Every fighter has to have confidence, right? He has to have confidence in the fight. Like, he has to almost land something to then be like, oh, okay, I can do this. And then he starts landing. That first round, he didn't do anything. I told myself, I was like, dude, if Kape doesn't do... If Kape does the same thing he did in his last fight against Pantoja, in his debut in the UFC against Pantoja, if he fought that same fight, he was going to lose, right? And he came out that first round, I was like, fuck it, Kape's going to lose again. Second round comes out, he clips Nichols a little bit. All of a sudden, you saw Kape just kind of, the wheels started turning, and his confidence started going up, like, okay, I can do this, just destroying him round 2, right? And then round 3, Nichols comes back and starts doing it again, and you could see, like, Kape just kind of taking off the gas pedal a little bit, and Nichols just kind of was putting it on, and Kape tried to get him a little bit towards the end of the 3rd round, and looks like the judges gave it to Nichols. So not looking good for Mr. Kape so far. He's probably got one more shot, and they might let him go. He was super hyped too. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate when these fighters come in like this, super hyped, looking good. They come in and they start taking L's quickly in the UFC. So hopefully he gets back, gets a good game plan, and comes back and tries to work his game. But good win by Matthias Nicolau. I don't want to get on my on the pedestal here, or pedestal, whatever the fuck the word is. Let's talk about this other fight. Eryk Anders, Darren Stewart, no contest, or ends in a no contest. Round 1, 4 minutes 37 seconds via illegal knee. We can all agree that Eryk Anders was winning that fight, just like last week with Jan and Sterling. Jan was winning the fight. Eryk Anders clipped Stewart. If I remember correctly, in this, I was granted, it doesn't happen often, but the UFC had a terrible angle, if I remember correctly, and Darren Stewart was like right up against the cage, and the camera was right here, so we didn't see exactly what happened. But Eryk Anders hit him with something, and I think they showed a replay. Is it my notes? No, it's not my notes. What he hit him with to originally start wobbling him, going after Darren, and then I think he hit him once, and then clipped him again. Was it a head kick? God, I can't remember. And then Darren Stewart goes to the ground, and this is the part that's just burned in my head right now. Darren Stewart's down on the ground, and again, it would be his left side up against the cage, left hand down, left leg, his knee is on the ground, but his bottom of his foot is up on the right, and his other hand is here, is blocking his head. Eryk Anders stands up, throws a right kick, and kicks him in the head. Now, granted, yes, the hand was here, so it blocked it a little bit. It wasn't to the level that Jan did, where it was just straight fucking knee to the head, right? But he kicked at him. Soccer kick to the head to a downed opponent. And then he's laying there. And he's already hurting from the onslaught that Eryk Anders was landing on Marty. Because, again, Eryk was winning that, right? He probably could have finished him. But then he goes and throws a fucking kick to a down opponent. And if I remember correctly, I wonder if I can see. Tapology isn't showing me. What's that other Tapology? What's the other one that actually shows? Hold on, let me bring up my notes here. That shows the refs. I want to say Herb Dean was also the ref of this event. Let me look. It isn't the under. No. What is it? Tapology. Here. UFC. Edwards versus Muhammad. And if we go to not Wikipedia, Sherdog. Does Sherdog show the ref? Hold on. This one. That's not what I want. Let's see. Sherdog. Yep, this fight night. Sorry, one second. Nope, it doesn't show the ref. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. It does show the refs. Yep, Herb Dean again. I fucking knew it. Dude. Herb Dean also ref that fight. And what happens? Herb says it was a no contest. How the fuck is that a no contest? It's the same fucking thing that happened, except for Eryk Anders didn't lean over and go, hey, corner, should I do this or not? Like, huh? How is that not intentional? I'm sorry I'm going off, but how is that not intentional? How is that, whoops, that wasn't intentional? Like, okay, yes, typically a fighter does not want to throw an illegal strike, right? If it's illegal, it's against the rules. They could lose a point. They could, get disqualified. So, of course, you don't want to do it. But it fucking happened. So, was it intentional or not? It wasn't the whole bang, bang play. It wasn't like Darren Stewart fell, got up, fell, and it was like that shit, right? Or the game people used to play, they put their hands to the mat, pick him up, put him down. It wasn't none of that. He was literally just sitting there. And Eryk Anders threw it. How is that not a disqualification? The doctor comes in. Darren can't continue. The doctor actually has him. Dude, fucking spot on doctor today. Kudos to that guy. Fuck everybody else. Kudos to the doctor. Great job. He has Darren Stewart walk towards him and he goes, nope, that's it. Herb Dean calls it off. And then Herb has the balls to say no contest. How is that not a disqualification? These motherfuckers are going to keep doing the same shit until we start handing DQs and stop giving them, no contest. Because now their record's going to be looking great. Just have this little blemish at the very end of no contest. Or no contest, right? Again, I don't want to. I really, really, really hope these fighters aren't trying to throw illegal strikes. You would assume not, right? You would assume they're not trying to throw illegal things, but you are, and people need to pay the price, or it's going to keep happening. So, anyways, fuck that fight. Moving on. That was the main card. Down to the co-main, or excuse me, down to the prelims. The top of the prelims, we had Angela Hill fighting Ashley Yoder. I don't want to be rude here, but actually, hold on. Before I open my big mouth anymore. Okay. When I saw this fight on the card, I forgot Angela Hill was fighting on this card. I looked and I saw her fighting Ashley Yoder. In my mind, I'm like, why did they make this fight? I knew Angela Hill already defeated Ashley Yoder. I was like, how is Ashley Yoder on this like crazy streak? And now I'm looking, she has a 1-fight streak. Before that, she had 2 losses. And so she beat Miranda Granger and then now fought Angela Hill. Why was that a rematch? Looking at Angela Hill, yeah, she lost 2 fights in her last 2 fights. Claudia Gadelha and Michelle Watterson. Not complete pushovers, you know. They were talking about on the broadcast. Her strength of schedule is insane. You know, I was really hoping to see Angela Hill get another shot at Tisha Torres and maybe get a 1-to-1 with her. You know, so when they started that fight, I was like, Angela Hill should be able to win this easily. And I never looked at the odds, but I assumed they were in Angela Hill's corner via the odds. But another great win for Angela. I will say this: I like Angela. I feel like strawweight. I don't know if she can beat the Joannas, the Roses, the God, how am I forgetting the name? You know who I'm talking about, the champion. I don't know if she can beat them, but I feel like she can be in top 5. But she has these little cogs, these little things she needs to change. For example, or she needs to improve upon. For example, in this fight with Ashley Yoder, obviously it looked like Ashley was trying to grapple, right? Ashley was trying to somehow close the distance. She didn't look like she was doing it at all, but the assumption looked like she wanted to grapple and take her to the ground, right? Angela Hill gave her twice the possibility of going to the ground. That second time, I think I noted it here. Round 3, when she threw like 10 knees in a row. It wasn't really 10. I'm exaggerating. It was like 5 or 6. Knee, and Ashley's just like, oh, cool, and then takes her down. Like, why would you do that? You know, and then she just like pulls guard or something. It's like those little fight IQ things you need to fix up, and that's going to help you in the long run. So another decent win by Angela Hill, just another W in the win column for her, back on the winning tracks. Just keep moving up, girl. Oh, that was decision unanimous. Sorry. So all 3 rounds. Next fight we have Charles Jourdain defeating Marcelo Rojo. Round 3, 4 minutes 31 seconds, literally 29 seconds left. KO TKO punches. What did I have noted here? Dude, that body shot that Jourdain hit him, and it wasn't like this fucking, what do they call that? The Marge Simpson like kind of uppercut. They were just kind of in the clinch, and he just kind of like right there, just not that much torque on it. But it had fucking torque where it clipped him, and he was just like, that's it, I'm done, and just falls over. Great fucking win by Jourdain. That Marcelo Rojo looks good, dude. It was a great fight overall, dude. Jourdain is awesome. I like how that dude fights. I'm looking forward to watching him more. Great win there. Next fight, Ronnie Yaya defeating Ray Rodriguez. Round 2, 3 minutes and 9 seconds in via submission arm triangle choke. What the fuck do we need to say here that the broadcast already didn't say? Obviously, I'm not some black belt in jiu-jitsu and things like that. But from the years and years and years I've been watching MMA and the decent amount of BJJ I've watched, I've done a little compared to what these guys do at BJJ. But Ronnie Yaya did what Ronnie Yaya does best, and Ray Rodriguez just fell into every trap, right? Again, the small amount I did jiu-jitsu, my favorite, because I actually tapped 2 people with it, was the arm triangle choke. And I always see that whenever a fighter puts their head under the arm, I'm like, oh shit, they got to get to the other side, they got to look at their ear, blah 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 blah. I remember when we were practicing it, and Ray Rodriguez was just sitting up and putting his arm over it every time, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know, you're doing this to a dude that's known for his jiu-jitsu? Like, what? And he paid the price. So Yaya did what Yaya does. Dude's been in the UFC, they say, for 10 years. Holy fuck. Now he's saying he wants to go for a title now. I don't know. I don't know if Yaya can compete in the top 5. I'll be honest. It might sound mean, but all right. How much we got on this video? Holy fuck! I'm 30 minutes to the dot. Let's speed this up just a tad, shall we? All right. Next, Nasrat Hakparast. I gotta get his name down because I like this dude. Defeated Rafa Garcia, another fucking beast. Debut fight in UFC. 3 rounds, unanimous decision for Nasrat. Nasrat, I've been high on this dude for a while. I will say real quick. Did anybody catch? Let's see. I wrote it down. What round was it? Was it round 2? Fuck yeah, round 2. Did you hear Fitzgerald call him Gastelum? I saw people say, and I think the first time I laid eyes on him, I was like, is he related to Gastelum? He doesn't have the same last name. But yeah, it's crazy how similar. Obviously, he's a smaller Gastelum. Because fighting at 155, I don't think Gastelum, he'd have to probably chop a leg off and not eat the fries, you know what I mean, to make 155. Dude, I'm high in this guy. This guy is legit. I know he had a tough fight against, who was that defeated him? Drew Dober. I'm fucking high on Drew Dober too, even though his fight with Makhachev didn't go all that great. That was a, dude, not a maul because Garcia didn't get mauled. Garcia was in there, dude. He was great debut fight. Who was it? Cub Swanson was saying that Garcia was like one of the best or the strongest dudes he's practiced with in gym. So that's a big thing coming from, of course, Cub. I think Garcia, that was his first loss professionally, even though it was his debut in the UFC. But it was a great debut. So I'm looking forward to seeing Garcia. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how Hakparast can kind of go from here. Because I just love his fighting style. It's so fun. Next fight, we have J.J. Aldrich defeating Courtney Casey by 3-round split decision. Originally, I really thought Courtney Casey would take this. Unfortunately, with this loss, Courtney Casey is now dead even on her win-loss record, which really sucks. I feel like Courtney Casey is better than what she shows, right? I thought she was actually doing really well that fight. Did I have it for Casey? No. I didn't have noted who I thought won, but I'm pretty sure I thought Casey would have won that at the end, but they gave it to J.J. Aldrich. Looking at her wins and losses now, for Courtney Casey, she's 2 losses in a row. Before that, she beat Mara Borella. Before that, she lost Cynthia Calvillo. Before that, she beat Angela Hill, which that's a big win. Lost to Michelle Watterson, Felice Herrig. So she's had a strong schedule. She lost to Claudia Gadelha back in 2016. That was in the UFC. So she's been in the UFC for a while, you know, having bangers. But she can't get a winning. She can't get it going, you know, a streak going. So it's unfortunate. I feel like Courtney Casey doesn't always live up to how good she could be. I remember seeing her way back when she came to the UFC. I was like, fuck, she might be top 5 one day. I don't know about champion, but top 5. But man, she's just not living up to what I think her real potential is. So it's unfortunate. JJ Aldrich, she looks good. I don't know. I still need to see more from her. It's really hard to say. I still think Courtney. Today, obviously, JJ was the better fighter. She got the win, right? But I don't know. We'll see how JJ goes after this. Oh, yeah, and the last thing I had noted here to talk about was what the fuck was JJ doing? Like, at points, she was actually trying to, you know, get Courtney to get near the cage and then cut her off, right? But then she'd get her right up to the cage, and then she'd back off and get to the center. Like, what was she worried about? She was the one pushing Courtney to the edge, and then she'd back off. Was she afraid of getting taken down, pushing Courtney to the cage? Maybe they saw something in their footage. I don't know, but I thought that was odd. All right, 2 fights left. Jinyu Fry defeats Gloria DePaula by 3-round unanimous decision. Again, I hate to throw this right out there, but I thought Fry was going to lose, only because. And she talked about it. She had God, what's it called? A sports doctor, sports physician, whatever they're called, helping her with fighting and stuff. she's one of those fighters too that I think is similar to. Let me scroll back up. What fighter was I talking about? Manel Kape, right? Who they have to have some kind of success in the fight to then get their offense going, because that first round, if I remember correctly, let's see, yeah, first round she was getting completely pieced up, and then she went to the corner, and I remember her corner just telling her, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, she got a fucking talking to. And then she comes out, takes Gloria down. I think holds her basically the whole fucking round. Um, the thing is, like, again, going back to the rules, supposedly the new rules are about damage. If you just hold somebody, do no damage, that shouldn't count as anything. The rules are supposed to be damaged, again, for the new rules. If Nevada hasn't taken the new rules, then I understand why they gave her the fight. Because in the old rules, you just hold somebody down, you win. Just control, right? But we want damage for this, and Jinyu Fry I don't think was landing a lot of damage in her ground and pound positions, right? Her opportunities for it. I feel like she wasn't landing a lot. And then let's see, third round during there, yeah, got pieced up and just stood there during the second round. Yeah, she got pieced up in the first round, and then a little bit of the second round, and then yeah, she was able to get the takedown in the third round. In the second round, that's probably why she won unanimous decision. So I feel like Jinyu Fry's, she finally got her first win in the UFC, which is good. Hopefully it gives her confidence. She gets better from there, but I feel like she's got a ways to go. All right, fight before that. Woo! Matt Semmelsberger defeats Jason Witt, 16 fucking seconds, round 1, KO, TKO, counter right. Woo! I was sitting there, I was like, all right, sometimes the prelims are Lately, they've been pretty good, And to start the fight off with a 16-second KO, whoo! Holy shit. I wrote in my notes, Jesus Key Riced. That knockout. Damn. I saw Kraus come out, again, from the area I'm at right now. And I was like, oh, Kraus's guys out here. And James Kraus always has every fighter he corners. Take note of it. Every time you see Kraus in the corner, when the fighter is taking their clothes off and he's giving him the water, after he's done, he always tells him to go, breathe in, breathe out. He gives him some kind of instructions and then sets them on their way. Did the same thing with this guy, Jason Witt. Goes in and yeah, you get flatlined with the counter right in 16 seconds. That was Semmelsberger looked big, dude. He looked big, so looking forward to seeing that guy more. With that win, he's only had 10 fight experience now, 8-2. So good win there. All right, with that, I'm gonna stop bitching. I'm gonna stop complaining. The video's already fucking 38 minutes. Let me know what your thoughts are on this stuff. I don't mean to bitch and complain more about some of this stuff, but I feel like sometimes I'm on an island. Maybe because I don't have a lot of friends that I talk to about UFC. Like, I have friends, of course, but not everybody's in the UFC, and they're not as balls deep as I am, and I'm sure you guys are that take the time to watch my videos, which I appreciate, and comment hopefully. But I just feel like I'm on an island sometimes with this shit. Like, and the thing is, I feel like everybody's just going to blame everybody else. Like, UFC's going to be like, oh, it's up to the commission. The commission's like, well, the rules. And then whoever does the rules, and we're like, oh, we're trying to do it, but nobody's adopting them. And then the ref will be like, well, it depends on the commission, what rules we do. And then the fighters are like, well, I'm not trying not to. It's just multiple failures all across the board. And I don't want to say there's one person or one organization to say, hey, this is how we fucking fix this shit. But it's never going to get fixed. I feel like it's never going to get fixed, just like Luke Thomas said. Until somebody unfortunately gets hurt, God forbid, or hurt as in like killed, or somebody loses a fucking eye, like mid-fight. Who knows? Maybe Belal's eye is completely fucked. I don't know. According to PhD Michael Bisping, it's just a little scratch, but we'll see, right? Soapbox. That's what I'm gonna get off my soapbox here. So, all right, you guys let me know what your thoughts are. I'm gonna go. I haven't looked at any reactions at all. I'm gonna go check some reactions. Probably watch some videos tomorrow and see what other people think. But God, great event. Just some real big fuck ups, continuous fuck ups in our sport. So, okay, what do we got coming up the calendar real quick? Not to hold you any longer. I think we have. Let's see. We have next weekend is Derek Brunson versus Kevin Holland. That should be fun. Gregor Gillespie's coming back, fighting Brad Riddell. That's gonna be fun. Looks like Tai Tuivasa. I didn't know he got re-signed, so he's coming back. Max Griffin is fighting. Cheyenne Buys, they talked about this. She's that fighter that was on the Dana White Contender Series that was super awesome, like super fun. If you haven't seen her fight, go back and watch that. She's fighting. I think it's her first official fight in the UFC. Let me double check. Yes, she won the Contender Series August 2020, and this is her first fight. So looking forward to that. She was in LFA, looks like, for a couple fights, Invicta once. So her record's only 5-1. Yeah, 5-1. So looking forward to that. And that's about it. Let me check my other calendar real quick because I know I no guarantees, but I would like to do reactions to the Bellator, and I want to really watch PFL this year as well. But looks like the first event we have for those two is Bellator. Oh man, that's April 2nd, so that's a ways out. So nothing to talk about Bellator related. So okay, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you, your loved ones, and friends are safe with COVID. You know, be logical. 6 feet away. Keep your mask on, even though it fucking sucks, right? But let's just let's get through this shit so we can go back to normal life. All right. I want to go to MMA events in person again. Seriously. But yeah, be nice to people, and see you next week. Peace out.